What's good? What's good? We back with another one. You know me, man. I'm trying to knock them out when I can. Take me a while to get to them sometimes. But be time. Be working, man. Be working, man. Be working. I really do. But we got the Godfather here, man. Little IG clip of him and his lady. It was a very interesting conversation. So, we got to dive in, give our input. Let's get into it.
May be single, but just like Beyonce, all the single ladies, you better check what you listen to with some of these women. Let's get into it. Ladies, would you rather be nice? Would you rather be right, or would you rather have a man? Because here's what I said. Would most modern women rather be right or have a man? Are women ready to live with another woman until the end? That's really what I want to get to. Let's get it. Now,
brother, he labeled things so perfectly. When he said the need to be right, it just... I always used to say to my girl, I'm like, I don't care about being wrong or right. Like, I'm trying to have a productive conversation. Like, stop trying to make it pit each other against each other. Like we're fighting each other. Let's get to we're on the same team here. It's not you versus me in this conversation. Like I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Can you understand what I'm saying? Like let's not think when I'm saying is trying to always counter act with or retort what you're trying to say. That's not how I'm trying to move about this conversation. So, but that's what your girl. But even in work or with your parent, your mom or sisters and shit like that, bro, you see it. Sometimes you can't tell a woman nothing, and that's where you get them sayings where, excuse me, I just ate some peaches and I downed them too fast. It seemed apparently, but you'll get where that's where you get the saying, women are always right, because men just get fed up, because no matter what you say, they're going to try to find a reason to be right. And it gets to a point where it's unproductive, and it really it disrespects the person you do that to, because at the end of the day, you don't really have to respect what they have to say, because at the end of the day, nothing they can say can be right, and that's not fair to that person. If you're really trying to be, if you really care about that person, or you're really trying to be in an engaging conversation. So a lot of times you find yourself in those type of combos with people or with women, and it becomes a very difficult conversation to have, because it's like no matter how much of a great point you may bring, and you get this on people, it don't be just women, you get this people on Twitter too. Like no matter how much of a point you may bring, it's just something they have to say. Cause they just feeling wrong about them, having a point that's wrong makes them feel like a less of a person. Like sometimes you can be wrong, but they start to feel embarrassed because they're wrong in a sense. It's like, bro, it's never that serious. Just admit it, move on, and that's shit. That shows more integrity than trying to throw up a facade and make dumb points to feel like you're right.
Understand something. One, you can't overtalk me. Two, you can't overtalk. We can have the conversation, but I am running a platform, a panel. And if you can't respect that, we got to keep on moving. So I find it funny. People are like, well, you're overtalking. I'm running a show. See, when the guest or the host starts speaking, most people recognize that they need to stop, regardless as to what they were doing. All right, so let's see if we can get a panel kind of going on right here. I've seen some of these people before, but we're going to start here. Ladies only. And here's the thing. Well, the thing I'm going to start doing is going to a time system. A time system.
Hello.
Bro, what the? Oh, she's vibrant. That was hella random as fuck. I don't know if she was laughing and didn't or she was just excited to get on. But that was fucking hilarious.
Time system.
Hello.
It almost seemed like a parody video.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. How old are you?
33.
33. All right. So, why'd you come on saying, ha, 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 what's up?
Oh, I didn't even know you saw that. So literally, as soon as I pressed the request, then I got accepted.
Okay. So, would you rather be right or would you rather have a man, or you plan on living with a woman for the rest? And living with a woman to the end?
And those are my only 3 options that I have to answer, right?
Well, either you're going to have a man, but if you got to be right, you ain't going to have a man. So if you don't have a man, you're going to be
Yeah, that women don't understand how men are getting so fed up with that. You don't listen to me. You don't respect me. Like, that's a form of disrespect. The need to be right is a form of disrespect, and you just don't care. Like, simply, like you care so much about your opinion and your feelings that you're willing to. Because I could be telling you the truth. I could be trying to care about you and you ignoring me because you feel that's not how you feel about the situation. But I'm saying things on the outside and really care about you. You ignoring it. So what am I even here for? You just doing everything on your own whim or whatever the fuck that word is. But that's the reason. And then going into the lesbian or the not even being lesbians but standing together, is many different articles and stuff talking about how more and more women are gonna have to end up staying with each other and are staying with each other. And there's even videos that talking about how, this is the new wave to do it. I've seen it. And the reason why is because you see more and more women shopping together. You see more and more women going out to eat together. Like they don't have men. When you're in a relationship, you tend to hang out with your friends less. Not that you don't hang out with them at all, but these women are doing this on a daily basis. Going out to grocery shop with their friends. Going out to eat with their friends. Because they're lonely at home, and then it's gonna get to a point where, bitch, we might as well be staying together. My rent expensive. I know your shit is too, girl. Why don't we stay together? We love each other. And then they end up in this passionate lesbian relationship. I'm being funny, but no, it's what it's gonna end up being because it's a matter of survival. And even when you see, it's a time in history. I think it was the Seminoles. It was the Seminoles, and one of these dudes, one of these fucking presidents or generals during that time was attacking them, and they were getting their ass whooped. And on the way back from getting their ass whooped, they end up running into the children. I'm getting two stories confused. My bad. But often when men disappear from a civilization, whether it's due to a war or due to whatever, the women are band together to become a team, and that's no different what they would do here. You'll start to see women band together because if there's no men to help them take care of them, they're going to form their own sisterhood to protect themselves, and that's smart. Women have their own sisterhood now that protects them as far as certain ways that you treat a woman. If you don't treat a woman, the sisterhood will step up and try to counsel you. If you say things against women that the sisterhood deem inappropriate, they'll stand up and try to counsel you. They stand up as one, and they're pretty solid with it. A woman will start to defend other women because you saying shit that the sisterhood entrenched in them that you shouldn't be saying about a woman, even though she know that shit may not be right. So women are very loyal to the other supportive women, and yeah, you'll see it, and that's going to start to manifest when women stand together. It's not nothing crazy what he's saying. Or you're going to die alone just because it's some women that are just so insufferable and intolerable that even women don't like you. You get that. I've met women and be like, no women like me. Or I don't get along with no women. You don't get along with men or women. Get a dog. That's why you get those 3 options, because it gets to a certain point where you're just not good with people.
If you're going to live by yourself, that means you got to be rich, or you're going to live with a woman.
Got it. So if those are my 3 options, then being right is not necessarily what I would put as top priority. But it's just that it feels like you're forcing me into a box.
Yeah, it's
because what if I wanted to live with a cat?
Look at her beautifully displaying the need to be right. The analogy he gave, or the symbolism, or whatever the fuck he gave, you can put anything in there. Die alone with a pet. Die alone with a hamster. Die alone with a snake. Die alone with a motherfucking llama, bitch. Go raise a llama for him, bitch. You die with some pets and not people. But her need to be right, or when you're in a debate, you try to say slick things to sway the audience, which women know how to do the best. They know how to poke to get people on their side, have little dumb petty comebacks and shit like that. Like, oh yes, bitch. What if I did want a cat? Yeah, his dumb ass. Fuck a dog, bitch. Like, and then now they think they got a dumbass point. So yeah, that she's displaying the need to be right, literally right now. The need to be right or the need to win an argument.
I'm just saying. There are other options, right?
Not really. Because regardless of what sort of animal you decide to live with, the point is, what is your ability to live with a man? Like most women, like women of other races can tend to cohabit with their men. What you gonna do?
I mean, I would love to cohabitate with my man when you know, and so being right all the time seems like that would be something that would not have me cohabitate with anyone. You know, you have to be able to compromise, and being right is not necessarily important. That's not something that you should prioritize.
It shouldn't be, but how often do you realize that when I go back and forth with women, they need to be right?
First off, I am one of those women who are in support of women, so I
You're a feminist?
understand.
You're a feminist?
No, please. Don't put me in a box, Mr. Sanders.
See, first of all, I need you to back up off the camera. You recognize I'm talking to another adult, and adults realize that things get put in boxes. We don't do this over here. Everything is subjective and variable, and everybody's a special snowflake. There are general things that are generally true. And if that's not what we're going to do, then we can't have a conversation because there's nothing to be talked about.
Okay, so then no.
You're a supporter of women. You're a supporter of women. What does that mean?
That means that I understand where women are coming from when they talk to you the way they do. I get it. I would not. I think that we, or the women that I've seen speaking to you, maybe getting in their, getting emotional about things. But I understand why people could get emotional.
Yeah, they're wrong. Generally because they're wrong and they're losing the argument.
Or maybe something that they haven't identified about themselves is, being triggered, and they may not understand what that is.
Either way, wrong, not wrong. People who are winning an argument don't typically get in their emotions. Because see, I get spoken to by several groups of women.
Right.
But the women you tend to focus on are the ones that are combative and argumentative.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't see. I really did not expect. So, okay, so
yeah,
Mars Black.
Back to the original. What?
Big ass glasses, ain't it?
Where we go now?
Buggers.
We go.
Where's Michael Jordan? I saw you on this Nike commercial back in 1984. That was
Scotty. What that nigga just called him? Not Scotty. Oh, this nigga just called it. What's the fucking actor? I mean, director? Fuck, I can't think of his name.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
No, seriously though. Seriously, you said you're a supporter of women.
Yes.
I'm a big supporter of women.
Oh, I think you know what?
No, I'm a supporter of women. I'm a supporter of your right.
Kevin funny, dog. He funny as hell. He called her Spike Lee. Oh, so oh man. Oh, fucking weak, man. Bro, There's nothing funnier than when an old school nigga roast you. They got too many references to hit your ass with. Oh man, that was fucking hilarious.
Place.
Okay.
Where is that?
I would like to know what you think too. I mean, my right.
No, where is that woman's?
He basically just called us Spike Lee.
It's a yes or no question.
She brought them
I
goggles.
grew up Christian.
Are you a Christian? I mean, are you still a Christian? Are you a practicing Christian or not?
No.
All right. What is that woman's place on the planet then?
Thriving and surviving. I mean, I don't. You know what? Your questions are so.
What can a woman survive? What can a single solitary woman survive on her own nature?
I mean, I guess if that's the case, then we need a partner to continue life.
You cannot, no. When I ask you where is a woman's natural place in society, you say thriving and surviving. And the next question I ask you is where can a woman do that on her own? And you contradict their point, meaning your point isn't thriving and surviving. Your point is under your men. Because without us, you can't survive. Without you, we simply can't reproduce.
That's the everything he said. I mean, I typically agree with for the most part. As far as like, obviously, women need men to survive. I mean, it's always been a thing. That's not even something that should be really in question. But I find it funny people be so opinionated and feel they're so right that they challenge someone that's clearly above them in the intellectual understanding of what he's talking about. But since they have the feeling and it need to be right, they just have to challenge this person, Kevin Samuels. I feel like just some people just don't really give respect or really just, I don't even know to say respect, but maybe it is a respect thing of culture, of understanding, of seniority, or what do you call it? You're respecting elders. We don't have those traditions where we really don't care if you're, like, you can be an intellectual. People still really don't respect it. You could be one of the top people in your field. People really still don't respect that. Like, especially if you saying something that's contrary to their beliefs, they'll denounce your credentials in a heartbeat because your credentials and what you're talking about not aligning currently to what they agree on. And I feel like such an emotional society, when you operate like that, we're more of an emotional society than an intellectual society. That's what I'm starting to understand. And that's kind of like why I like British like media and British television a little bit more. What I'm starting to realize is they're a little more open and free with their thoughts, at least. I don't know about their cultures and stuff like that, but how they speak, they're more frank and blunt, and I like that. Versus here, and more intellectual, I would say. Versus here, we're more emotional and things like that, more irrational and things like that. And that's where you get people challenging people that's way out of their league and thinking that they're on the same playing field. And it's when you watch a video like this, she didn't really have much to say or articulate, and like, yeah, maybe she was put on the spot, but at the end of the day, it's plenty of examples of women that they just know they're right or just have this feeling and just still not willing to listen. But yeah, I think it's because of that in our society that we're more emotional, more irrational. Like I remember it was an example with Ice Cube when he was doing the thing with the political movement and trying to get a bill passed or something like that, and then all those women challenged him on their platform, and it's like he's been doing the work, he's been actually trying, and all you can do is fix your mouth to like criticize. I love that fucking line on Django, but and it's like, what do you even feel that you have the right to even like argue this man down? Like, what credentials do you even have? to even argue that he hasn't been doing what he needs to do and been keeping everyone in mind and things like that. Because it's like, well, do you have anything exactly for black women? It's like, if you're gonna have points and you're gonna be able to help him articulate how to emphasize how to help black women, then fine. But all you can do is critique and be like, well, I thought that's what you were doing. And then he like, well, I need women like you to help me out. And he said, I've had women that helped me out with the bill, and they didn't complain. They felt like everything was just and stuff like that. Y'all just seem to have a complaint about it. But since y'all have a complaint about it, I'm willing to listen. Help me out. No, just more criticism. And I think it happens more to our black men than anybody. And that's what's distasteful. Like, no matter how hard you work as a black man, bro, like, people just disrespect your credentials. And it's up to you just to not give a fuck and just stay firm on your shit. But that's what I've been realizing, man. It's easy for people to knock a black man credentials and be like, what do you, like, who are you to say this? Like, especially when you're going against their opinion. But and that was something interesting that I noticed, man. The people need to be right, and the people that feel so opinionated and then get on the platform and say absolutely nothing. And there's so many people like that. But that's all I got for this one. Let's get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, tune in for the next one. I'm out.